Good morning, campers. Welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. We are in FS Economy. We're also at Reed Hillview Airport once again. Need to get this started. You go away. Fuel pump on. Mixture rich. Let's get the cow flaps nice and open. Little bit of throttle to prime the engine. Bring that back. Good start. Alternator. Avionics. Beacon. Whoops. CDI, we want that on. Yes, can I have CDI on GPS, please? Soft key's not working. PFD. PFD works. Bearing one. GPS. Back. Can I move the CDI now? Yes, I can. There we go. So nice functional game. And transponder is on 1200. Standby. Perfect. Let's get the ATIS. I'm trying to rush through this because I already started the rental because I've been having trouble with.
Kilo 2000 Zulu. Wind 292 at 4.
Oh no, I haven't started it.
Visibility tree. Sky condition: few clouds at 1,000 feet, few clouds at 4,000 feet, few clouds at 12,200 feet. Temperature 24. Dew point 10. Altimeter 29.76. Visual runway tree 1 left and visual runway tree 1 right in use. Landing and departing runway tree 1 left and runway tree 1 right. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back.
You want a requested taxi to depart to the east.
Ground November 149 Lima Echo ready to taxi departure to the east with Kilo. November 149 Lima Echo taxi to and hold short of runway 31 right, fly taxiway Bravo Alpha. Contact tower on 119.8 when ready.
119.8.
Taxi to and hold short runway 31 right using taxiway Bravo Alpha 9 Lima Echo.
This on Unicom. We're not flying in VATSIM, but I just like having it already set up. And what's the ATIS for Stockton? Let's just have... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oops. That's fine. That won't really affect the route. 11825 is ATIS for Stockton. Yeah, go away. 118... 25. Nope. 25. Yeah. 118. Nope. That's 119. 25. 11825. Perfect. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. All right. So I attempted to do this once already, and my FS Economy client crashed. So it didn't work. So we're going to try this again. So let's get our taxi lights on. And our nav lights on. And we are going to go ahead and... So, what are we flying? We are flying in FS Economy. I have 3 Class 2A patients for a hospital that's near Stockton. There is a hospital right near that airport, too, so I don't know if that's, like, intentionally a thing that they're, like, really carefully doing, but that's, you know, kind of cool. And we've rented a Cessna 182 from... Reed Hillview Airport, one that's been sitting here since July and nobody's been using, which $150 per hour wet. I kind of see why no one's using it, but hey, we got a decent pay on this trip, so let's just do that. So we're going to Stockton. Should be ready to roll. So I will alt tab into the SimConnect client that you guys cannot see and start the flight. You should see my airplane like rock with the weight. Okay, flight is started. So we're just going to click away from that, back into the sim. Perfect. Feet on the pedals. And parking brake. Taking off 3-1 right. There's a lot of scenery around here, so I lose some frames a lot when looking around in this area. So apologies in advance for that. Ooh, easy plane, easy. I do like flying the Cessna 182. This is the Carinado Cessna 182 for Microsoft Flight Simulator. It had some issues when it launched, but it's actually quite a good little plane now. And it just flies like butter. It's so good. I forgot to arm nav mode on the autopilot. That's fine. And I forgot to put the wind bug on. Whoops. It's okay. We'll pull into the run-up spot here. Alright, let me get the wind bug up before we do our run-up, just so I can see PFD wind option 3. Oh, it's coming just behind me. Ugh. There we go. That should be pretty good. Alright, let's set 2000 RPM. Just holding our brakes down because I don't want to set the parking brake or the game might think we're done the flight. Not sure quite how that works, but... Alright, let's lean the mixture, because you can do that on the ground in this game. And you go away for a minute and make sure our RPM control is working. Yeah, very good. Magnetos. Left. Drops. Both backed up. Right. Drops. Both. Okay, good. And let's go ahead and back our throttle off here. Okay, so let's set our landing lights, taxi lights off, strobe light on, pitot heat on, fuel pump on. And I want you on nav mode, please. Thank you. And let's talk to the tower. So switch this frequency over. Nope, wrong one. Switch this frequency over and request takeoff clearance.
Tower November 149er Lima Echo at runway 31 right, ready for takeoff, east departure.
Transponder.
November
Altitude.
149er Lima Echo cleared for takeoff, runway 31 right departure, to the east approved.
Excellent.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 31 right, 9er Lima Echo.
Alright, this is a little bit of a short runway, so we're going to do one notch of flaps for the takeoff. You really don't need them in a Cessna, but we've got them, so why not use them? And it's a rental. So I don't need to worry about that. Full throttle. Release the brakes. Careful, careful. I forgot to check my trim before I took off, so that's one of those lovely things I need to get better at. in the air. Let's correct a little for that wind. Retract the flaps. Begin our right turn. Keep on climbing out.
9 Lima Echo, continue for east departure. I will contact you next when you leave my airspace.
Acknowledge.
Tower November 149 Lima Echo, continue for east departure.
Alright, we need to get up to altitude nice and quick here. Just to make sure we don't hit any of these big, beautiful mountains. Alright, we are aimed at our course. Let's trim for a climb. Oh, easy, easy plane, easy. Let's use the rudder to level our wings a little bit here. There we go. Okay, let's turn off the fuel pump. And the strobe light. We're going to leave the landing lights on. Because we're going to be below 10,000 the entire time. Just keeping our eyes peeled. Make sure we're not going to hit any mountains.
Hey Lima Juliet, you are leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Oh, thank you. Acknowledge frequency change. Acknowledge frequency change.
Tower November 798 Lima, Juliet frequency change.
Ah! Why are you not cooperating? Can you please fly level, plane? Flying with my feet is fun. Multitasking, frequency change. That was not the right frequency. Frequency change. Got it. Got it. Alright, let's pull our throttle back into the green. RPM's already in the green. Above 3,000 now, so let's lean our mixture a little bit. There we go. We're a little bit to the left of our course, so let's keep it moving right. We can get this back. Keep it moving right. Boy, this plane really loves to pull to the left. We are on both fuel tanks, right? Yeah. Alright, I would really like to capture our GPS course before I hit our altitude. Alright, let's autopilot. There we go. Alright, so 11825 is going to be our ATIS for Stockton. We'll be able to listen in for that shortly. Let's go ahead and get our tower frequency for Stockton. This should now be reading airborne. Yes, flight's being flown for me. Yay. Alright, so en route and airborne. Perfect. Let's get our charts. So our control tower frequency 120.3. 120. Point 3. 3. There we go. So we're only 33 miles from Stockton. We are at cruise now, though, so let's go ahead and pull our power back a bit. 24 inches ought to be good, and that should keep us from exceeding our good cruise speeds, but keep us cruising quite nicely here. Let's also lead the mixture again. Doot. There we go. And close the cowl flaps. I think we are in cruise attitude. I think we're successfully flying this thing. Nice direct flight this day too. Though it's our the runway we're flying to. We're going to be landing on 29 left, most likely, if the ATIS at the in-game airport is anything like what it is right now on this. You can see when I hover over the airport, it shows us the current weather information in a little bubble to there. But yeah, so the airport's elevation's 33 feet. So it's a low-altitude airport. You can see like this one up here, 1,328. So this entire Central Valley is real close to sea level. So 33 feet is going to be our elevation for the runway. I've got the runway info pulled up here. We're probably going to be landing on 29 left, so that is 294 heading, 114 for the reciprocal. So we're probably going to be flying some kind of pattern using those two. So actually, let's go ahead and turn our heading bug to that. Come on, there we go. 294. There we go. 294. Okay, so now when we get into the pattern, we can basically just use the heading bug as a cheat for knowing which direction we should be flying, because that should be lined up with the runway. And once we're clear of these mountains, a little bit bumpy here, that's why. It's because we're flying over these mountains. That's Livermore down here. Dublin somewhere back in this area, and Altamont Pass. So we should be seeing Tracy up ahead of us. Tracy. Somewhere. But once we're clear of the mountains, we'll start descending, because we do have... we don't want to descend too harshly. we want to be down at 1,500, or about 1,000 feet for the pattern before we get to Stockton, which, according to this, we should be there in like 10 minutes. So we're at 5,500. We need to drop 4,500 feet, so that's going to be at 500 feet per minute, 9 minutes. So we should actually be starting our descent very shortly. So let's look up from that, and arm the vertical speed mode. And we'll go ahead and start our descent at 500 feet per minute. There we go. And we're just going to pull our power back. And our RPM. And maybe pulled that back a little bit too much. Let's get the power up a little bit. We want to keep a pretty similar speed. There we go. That way we still arrive at the airport at the same time that we are reaching the altitude we need. Alright, let's go ahead and start listening for the ATIS. So that was... I've already got that tuned in. That's why I'm confused. COM 2. Can I hear the ATIS?
Stockton Airport.
There we go.
Information Quebec 21000. Wind tree 06 at 8. Visibility tree. Sky condition.
There's
Few
Tracy
clouds
Municipal.
At 900 feet, few clouds. At 4,000 feet, few clouds. At 12,200 feet. Temperature 27.
I don't see any clouds at 4,000.
10. Altimeter 29.74. Visual runway 29er left.
Perfect.
ILS runway 29er right in use.
Perfect.
Landing and departing runway 29er left and runway 29er right. DSR aircraft, say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller, on initial contact, you have Quebec.
Quebec. Got it. Let's go ahead
Stockton
and
Airport in
switch to the Stockton Tower. That's apparently not the Stockton Tower. Why is that not the Stockton Tower? 1203? So 19193, isn't it? It was 1203.
Stockton Airport information Quebec 210.
Yeah, no, that's the Stockton Tower. Cool. Nearest airport list. Farther. I hate that you actually have to... You can tune the airport manually, but you still have to scroll through that to talk to them. Okay. So we can... Oh. Why did I do that? Airport's farther from me. Stockton. There we go. So we'll be able to ask for a full stop landing. We're going to do that when we're about 10 miles out. Let's actually make you go away. But we are listening to the Stockton Airport frequency, so if there's anybody else landing there, we should hear them. We're flying over Tracy right now. Ooh! I actually know this area. So that is, let me just look to the left myself. Thank you. So this should be Interstate 580. It's not quite that bumpy. So this is Interstate 205. This should be the Costco DC, and I think this is the Safeway DC. I've done so many deliveries in this batch of warehouses here. Tons of stuff. There's an Amazon warehouse in here somewhere as well. And then Wilson Logistics used to have a yard in like downtown Tracy. I don't know exactly where. I don't know Tracy too well from the air. It's just like endless suburbia. But it's not too far from 205, which is 205 is the interstate running along the north side of this area. So we are still flying directly towards Stockton. Oh, yeah. So this is a cold storage warehouse right here that I used to deliver to. So the Wilson Logistics Yard used to be right here before they got rid of it. So this whole area here, I think we had like this side of this building. Good times. I do know this area by the air. Yeah, we just overflew the Tracy Municipal Airport, but we are descending towards Stockton now. Should be approaching the 10-mile point. Now, according to the information about the airport, we need to avoid flying over Manteca, which is That's Interstate 5, so Manteca should be like right around in this area. And we need to avoid flying over a hospital that is like right over here. So you just kind of want to shoot straight in between them, and the airport should be like somewhere around here. Straight in between them, and then enter the pattern for the runway. Is the plan, anyway. We're going to keep up our visual scanning just to make sure we don't accidentally intrude on any of those prohibited areas. So yeah, this is Interstate 5, so you can see 205 joining it here. And then immediately Highway 120 comes out and goes east toward Modesto. And then Interstate 5 continues north along the west side of Manteca, which is this whole area here. I do know this area. See, I've got my trucking background. It really helps me in the flying because I've driven all these roads myself. So that is us at 10 miles out. Let's talk to the air traffic controller. And I would like a full landing. I've got Quebec.
Stockton Tower, November 79er, 8 Lima Juliet, is 10 miles southwest with Quebec to land.
November 79er 8 Lima Juliet, Stockton Tower. Enter left traffic runway 29er left. Altimeter 29er decimal 75 wind 307 at 8.
307 and 8. Got it.
Make left downwind runway 29er left, 8 Lima Juliet.
Score. Let's make sure. Okay, yes. My FS Economy client is still working. Make sure that's not broken. This is the second time I've attempted this flight. The first time I landed and then had no FS Economy thing up. So it's like, wait a minute, I just did all of that for nothing. All right, we're approaching our pattern entry. Or we're approaching our altitude here. Where's the airport? Approaching 1500. Should see it by now. I think it might be like right here. Ooh, some weird glitchiness happening there. And it's gone. So I think this is the hospital that we need to avoid. So the runway, we're coming at it like side on, which makes it really hard to see. Yeah, this is Interstate 5, so this is Manteca off to our right. So we just want to avoid flying over that city, but we're pretty good. We should be flying over French Camp instead. And no one cares about French Camp. Is that a little airport here? I don't think it is. I don't remember seeing that on the map. Interstate 5. So yeah, we're right around like here-ish. Where is my runway? Oh, there we are. Okay, so yeah. Our runway starts like here and is along the left side of the bigger runway. So we actually can probably just go ahead and start our downwind. I'm gonna wait till I actually have the airport like fully in sight before I do. But let's go ahead and start our landing checklists here. So we're going to just go full mixture. We're going to open our cowl flaps about halfway. Still got our landing lights on. Gas undercarriage, mixture, propeller, flat cowl flaps, approach flaps. We will do those as we enter the pattern. All right. Autopilot off. There's our runway. Let's make our right turn. And begin to pull our power back here. And start descending. Autopilot is off. And we're just turning to a perfect...
Juliet cleared to land runway 29er left.
That's a little early.
Wind 307 at 8.
307 at 8. Cool. Let's just acknowledge that.
Clear to land runway 29er left, 8 Lima Juliet.
Alright, there's our 114. That's our reciprocal heading. That's not our runway. We're landing to the left of that runway, so let's keep our descent going. We're going to pitch. Just slow down here. 1 notch of flaps. Alright, let's start our base turn. Let's get our strobe light on. Alright, want to stay in. Do we want to stay left of our bigger runway so that we don't interact with any planes potentially coming in on the ILS? Alright, we're a little low. Low is fine. Nothing to worry about out here. Just gonna keep our... keep ourselves coming in, get ourselves our nice stabilized speed here if we can. Our outer marker, I think. Possibly the inner marker, I don't know. I can't tell the difference yet. Let's go for another notch of flaps. Sorry, just I touched the trim wheel and it snapped back to where it where the wheel on my throttle actually was. Aiming for the numbers. Alright, the beginning of this runway is just slightly uphill, so we've actually really close to the ground already. Alright. There's touchdown. Not bad. Get some brakes here so we can just turn off at Juliet here.
Taxiway.
Yep, working on it. So this should be taxiway Juliet. Right in the middle of the smaller runway. Not my best landing, but also not terrible.
8 Lima Juliet, contact ground on ONE 21.9er.
121.9er for 8 Lima Juliet.
121.9er for 8 Lima Juliet.
Oh, nailed it. I know the script. Alright, so that is... Let's get our cowl flaps closed again. Let's get our trim set for takeoff again. Oh, we were pretty much already there. Perfect. Let's get our transponder on standby. Excellent. Let's get our strobe light off, landing light off, nav light, or taxi light on. Now we leave the nav light off, or on. Pitot heat off. I forgot to put the fuel pump on. That was one I forgot. I think you're supposed to have the fuel pump on as you land. I don't know. All right, let's get over to parking. Stockton ground. Taxi to parking, please.
Stockton ground, November 79er, 8 Lima Juliet, request taxi to parking.
November 79er, 8 Lima Juliet, taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Alpha.
Well, that's going to be difficult because there is no taxiway Alpha at this airport.
Taxiing to general aviation parking using taxiway Alpha, 8 Lima Juliet.
To the right, please. This is taxiway Bravo that we're on right here. We're just going to pull around to this big building here is where the FBO ought to be. This is the passenger terminal up here. But we're just flying a basically an air taxi, but with some hospital patients. So This FBO is like the easiest access for GA planes to a parking lot. So we're just going to pull around in front of the FBO, and then we're going to unload our passengers. There's some hangars down there, I think. Once we hit the parking brake, the game should update the Flight Sim Economy client. All right, here's our turn. Look, another Cessna. All right, and we'll just turn right here. I must have been close to the actual parking spot it wanted to give me, because it was like, it briefly gave me options for other services, so that's good. Let's get our taxi lights off, nav lights off. Okay, so we're just gonna switch to this view. It's so much easier in this view. That is shut, that is good. Let's set our parking brake. Dude. Sending results to the server. Flight is logged. Results can be found at the website. Your aircraft is no longer rented. If you want to continue, you must re-rent the aircraft. Cool. Let's lean the fuel mixture to shut down the engine. Okay, that is that done. Beacon off. And as you can see, our prop has stopped. And I think we are set. Battery off. Cool. Let's get our results. FS Economy. Reload. Success, I think. Airports. Log. Log. Success, November 798 Lima Juliet, Cessna Skyline, 30 minutes, 44 miles, $979. Not bad. Not bad at all, I think. Alright, so this is still stuff at Reed Hillview. So you can see the plane we borrowed is no longer there. So we actually want to look at... Okay, nope, that's not the right spot. Where is it? There it is. KSCK. So where are these going? That's to Oakland. That's a decent... Can I hold that much cargo? I don't think I can. But you can see our Cessna Skyline is now at the airport. Someone's got a Caravan just sitting here as well. That's the same Skyline that we just rented. So let's just... Can this actually carry that much cargo? I don't think it can, right? Payload capacity, so... 293 kilograms. Because we're very close to 100% fuel. Probably why nobody's using the plane is because it's got a lot of fuel in it. But we can hold 3 passengers at least with any amount of fuel. But yeah, 992 pounds is our max cargo capacity with only a quarter tank. So, or 450 kilograms, I should say. So yeah, no, we definitely can't do that cargo haul. But we can do 3 more passengers. So let's go back. I want to rent this plane wet. There we go, got that plane rented again. Alright, so none of these are going where I really want. So let's look at Tracy, because there was a load there that goes to Oakland that looked interesting. So KTCY. Yes, those are all still here. So we're going to hit all 3 of these because they're each 1 passenger. And we're going to add these assignments to our flight. Got them. Okay, so my flight. So these folks are all standing by to be loaded. So the passenger count is 3 seats still available because we're at a different airport. So we're going to fly from Stockton to Tracy, pick these folks up, and then take them to Oakland. And that should net us a ton of money. Alright, so plane is still in decent shape. Can I please control plane? Ooh, weird. Nope, okay, that's fine. Battery on. Okay, I can control it now. That's interesting. Alright, we shouldn't need to prime the engine because the it's still warm. But we're gonna put the mixture to full. Start the prop. Alternator on, avionics on. Forgot to turn the beacon light back on. You go away. There we go. Okay, so get that back to 1,000 RPM. Nailed it. Wait for the autopilot to come back up. And we can turn off the fuel pump now. So let's get our taxi lights and our nav lights back on. Let's Alt-Tab to our SimConnect client. We're going to start our flight. Boom, there's all our fuel magically appearing on the plane. So we are on the ground. We have no... we don't have any of our passengers on board because they're at a different airport. So let's go fly to Tracy. Let's see. We want direct to... Oh, no. Select, no. Enter. Can I... No? Enter. Is it the little one? No. Turn the little knob. There we go. I figured it out. I haven't flown back-to-back trips in this before. So, okay. L. Why am I not... Oh. I somehow got off the button. There we go. QRST. Ah, missed it. KTC Yankee. Oh, went past it. Okay, so there's not a ton of KTCs. There we go. Tracy Municipal. Enter. Enter. There we go. Okay, so we got a direct route to Tracy Municipal. Tracy's only is a slightly higher altitude than this this airport, but not much of one. So we're actually just going to leave our autopilot at 1500, and we'll be there in no time. So let's talk to the tower and get ourselves permission to depart again. Ground services. Go back to clearance. Ground services. Okay, cool. That's working well. Let's keep that up and release the parking brake. There was a spot just to my right that allowed me to taxi to takeoff options, if I'm right. There it is. Whoop. Taxi for takeoff options. We want to depart west. So that's 7. I don't have a button for 7, so I have to click it.
Stockton Ground, November 7 Diner, 8 Lima Juliet request taxi for west departure with Quebec.
Yeah, we are golden on fuel.
November 7 Niner, 8 Lima Juliet, taxi to
Oh, no.
runway 29er left using taxiway Alpha.
I
Contact
did it
tower
again.
120.3 when ready.
Acknowledge taxi clearance.
Taxi to and hold short runway 29er left via taxiway Alpha, 8 Lima Juliet.
I accidentally closed the FS Economy client. So I have to start that again. So let's open FS Economy. My flight. Refresh. This flight is being flown. There's nobody aboard. Let's cancel the flight. Okay, so it's ready to go again. Tab. All right. Alt tab to the FS economy. Flight action. Start flight. Okay, we've started the flight again. We're good. All right. That's cool. Taxi and hold short runway 29L via Alpha 8 Lima Juliet. Did I set the parking brake again? I apparently did. Look at me being all horrible at this. All right, so I've just got to remember to click off, just click onto the flight simulator screen instead of clicking the X. It's just such a reflex to snap the X button. All right, shift tab. Up. Stockton, airport diagram. Oh, look at me doing that wrong. Let's get back to the plane. Alright, we'll just eyeball it. Actually, I can pop outside. That would be not quite it. A little bit further. We're going a little fast here. There we go. Next taxiway is our taxiway. Let's hit the brakes and turn left. And we're going to hold short here at the hold short bars. Perfect. Now let's talk to the tower and request takeoff clearance VFR from Stockton Tower.
Stockton Tower, November 79er, 8 Lima Juliet, ready at runway 29er,
Transponder.
left west departure.
Altitude. Perfect. Strobe.
November
Taxi.
79er at Lima
Landing.
Juliet cleared for takeoff runway
Fuel
29er
pump.
left west departure approved.
Cleared for takeoff runway 29er left, 8 Lima Juliet.
Excellent. That's us ready to roll. We're not going to use our flaps on this takeoff because it's a nice long runway. We're just basically relocating the plane to the Tracy Airport. Yeah, let's just go full throttle. Let's just take off. Correct for the wind. Oh, we are airborne. Nobody else in this plane but me, so I can fly as uncomfortably as I want.
Continue for west departure. I will contact you next when you leave my airspace.
Excellent.
Stockton Tower, November 79er, 8 Lima Juliet, continue for west departure.
Turn the strobe light off and our fuel pump off. There's crosswind. Let's turn to downwind. That's Interstate 5 below us. That's the rail line. Okay. Alright, we've blown through the altitude I wanted. Easy plane, easy. Alright, there's our GPS course. Cool, didn't fly over the hospital. Perfect. Being careful.
Lima Juliet, you are leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Frequency change.
Stockton Tower, November 798 Lima, Juliet frequency change.
Excellent. We're going to switch to COM 1. And just turn off them entirely. We're very, very close to Tracy already. In fact, I think I can already see the lights of it directly ahead of us. Let's hit our autopilot real quick. Just so I can do this. Alright. Tracy's right here. Let's just... We're gonna clear that. Perfect. Tracy! Looks like no info here, weirdly. That's fine. Airports. KTCY. Alright. Unicom 123075. 123. Oh no, I actually do want it on the other one. 123 075. 075, ding. Oh, KTCY. Oh, right. Airport list. Nearest airports, Stockton, Tracy. So 118375 is going to be our ATIS. 118375. Switch.
Kilo Tango Charlie Yankee automated weather observation.
317 at 10.
Zulu. Wind 317 at 10. Visibility tree. Sky condition. Few clouds at 900 feet. Few clouds at 4,000 feet. Few clouds at 12,200 feet. Temperature 27C dew point. 10C altimeter 2975.
310 at 10. Oh wait.
Kilo Tango Charlie Yankee automated weather observation 2100 Zulu. Wind 317 at 10.
317 at 10.
Visibility tree. Sky
Select a runway for landing. 310, so runway 30 ought to do us nicely. Runway 30, we're going to announce a full stop landing and announce our position.
Kilo Tango Charlie Yankee traffic November 79er 8 Lima Juliet 7 miles northeast 1,700 feet inbound to land runway 30.
Inbound land runway 30, so let's get our runway info. 30. Runway 30 is heading 297. Left traffic. Alright, yeah, 297 left traffic. Get our heading bug to 297. Alright, so we're going to overfly the center of the airport and then enter a left downwind for runway 30, which we're actually set up perfectly. We're going to just come straight across the runway as we holding our pattern here. So let's go ahead and decrease our altitude. Wrong way. Alright. We're going to turn on our strobe light before we enter the pattern, as well as our fuel pump. Alright, so that's gas, undercarriage, mixture is full. We'll open the cowl flaps to halfway. Propeller is still full in. Alright, so we'll just drop our flaps once we are a little bit closer to the airport. We're going to announce a crosswind leg here, so that's going to be 5.
Kilo Tango Charlie Yankee traffic November 79er, 8 Lima Juliet is on crosswind runway 30.
Plenty of parking down there, huh? That's a nice big apron. Let's drop one notch of flaps. Oh yeah, plenty of parking. That's our runway. Let's disengage our autopilot. Fight with the trim. Let's start our downwind, so that's going to be 6.
Kilo Tango Charlie Yankee traffic November 79er, 8 Lima Juliet is on downwind runway 30.
There we go. That's our heading. All right, we're already a beam in the touchdown point. Let's start our descent. And let's go ahead and turn to base.
Kilo Tango Charlie Yankee traffic November 79er, 8 Lima Juliet is on base runway 30.
Let's go ahead and do full flaps. Alright, we're coming around towards the runway now. We're looking for the runway. Should be appearing right in front of us as we come around here. There it is. Perfect. And it's final.
Kilo Tango Charlie Yankee traffic November 79er, 8 Lima Juliet is on final runway 30 to land.
Just gotta kind of deal with that wind. Alright, that's power cut. Ooh, a little hard. Yeah, did that a little bit too hard. That's fine. going to turn right onto this taxiway. Get our butts clear. Announce clear of the runway.
Kilo Tango Charlie Yankee traffic November 79er 8 Lima Juliet is
Stand
clear of the
by.
runway.
Strobe off, landing lights off, taxi lights on. And we're just gonna make that go away now. And we can turn the fuel pump off, pitot heat off. You got that on standby already. And I think we just I don't know how to make the autopilot just go away. That's fine. We're gonna close the cowl flaps, set our trim for takeoff again, and taxi over to parking. And that's going to do it for this video. We've relocated the plane to Tracy. I'm going to immediately record another one so that there's something for another day. We're going to pick up the new passengers at Tracy, fly them over to Oakland, because they should be here waiting for us somewhere. And then I will see you guys in the next video. My name is Ellie O'Dare. You can find me on the internet at Ellie O'Dare on Xbox Live, Steam, Twitter. Twitter's the best place to get a hold of me because I'm there all the time. But of course, you can also leave comments below the videos because I do read them all. Because I'm still a tiny channel. Is that half of a car? Oh, the car's stuck inside the building. Okay, that's cool. We'll stop here. And parking brake. Sending results to server. Flight is logged. Results can be found at the website. Your aircraft is still rented because there are uncompleted assignments. Oh, neat! You may wish to continue your flight or cancel the rent at the website. That's cool. Alright, so let's... we'll deal with that in a minute. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let's shut the engine down, or let's get the avionics off first, and the other lights. And now we'll shut the engine off. Up! Flight Simulator's like, you did it! No, continue, please. There we go. Alright, and... it's beacon light off and our switches off. Nailed it. You can go away, ATC. I think we're good. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching and have a great day.